Yep.
What's going on, folks? TJ Lauerman, a.k.a. That Sports Gamer here, back with you. Fuck. What's going on, folks? TJ Lauerman, a.k.a. That Sports Gamer here, coming back at you with episode 47 of Bullpen Banter. Tonight, we have a hodgepodge of stuff to talk about with our two great co-hosts. Number one, the only, Millennium OS. Chris, how's it going?
What's going on, dude?
Hey, good talking to you. How them Caps doing?
Currently up 2-0. The third period coming up in Game 6. Looks like possibly a Game 7 if they continue with the score the way it is now.
Oh, nice. Other Chris, a.k.a. SnaggleJ, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. I got no complaints.
I've missed Canada. How's Canada doing?
We're doing okay.
Oh, also, we should plug that we were on last week's Press Row podcast talking about Dynasty.
We were, you and I. I felt like we held our own pretty well. It was a pretty good episode. It was a good conversation.
Yeah, me, you, Pasta Padre, Paul Sporer, over at hitthepassa.com. You know what I got this week? My United We Grind shirt came in. I don't know if you can hear me speaking through a t-shirt right now.
I saw that on your Instagram, instagram.com/thatsportsgamer.
I did not know on the back it says Stay Hungry, which is pretty dope.
Which is an unbelievable Twisted Sister album, by the way.
Sure. So I guess now I'm a Pac-Man Jones fan.
Yeah. Not the same Jones, but hey, whatever.
Seems right. So how you guys been doing? How's your franchises, roads to the show, all that good stuff?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I've kind of taken a break. I took a break from the show for a few days.
Yeah, same here. I took off Monday night after the stream. I played a game, got super pissed off, stopped playing till when did they do the maintenance or patch? Was that last Thursday?
No, the patch was last Monday.
Then they did server maintenance Thursday, right?
Yeah, it's server maintenance.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's a patch coming tomorrow morning too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I stopped from Monday night to Thursday night because I wanted to see what the server maintenance did.
Yeah, I took a break. I took a break as well after Monday night, and I picked it back up on Thursday night just to do a little bit of research for the Press Row podcast that we were going to be on, same as Friday night. I didn't actually play any games all weekend. I spent my time doing some other stuff. I streamed some retro games with my wife and had a buddy over, and we played some NCAA.
Let's go!
And, oh, yes, 3-0 Caps, baby. No, I just seen that too.
Guys, if you don't have express written consent from the NHL, you can't really comment on those things.
Yes, we can. But you know what? It was a break that I needed. It was a long, sometimes frustrating month of playing and grinding, and I just was at a point where I wasn't really enjoying the game anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? I got back into it a bit after work today, and I'm feeling a little bit better. I just got Freddie Freeman, so that's good. So yeah, things are happening.
Yeah, I played a couple BR games over the weekend, or I played a couple BR games Thursday night. Played a couple more Seasons games over the weekend. I think I'm up to 732. Is that a number? 748, even better.
Huh.
Last night I wanted to hop on, play 2 games last night. Ended up playing one, and it literally almost killed me. Because I think I was down 3-1 in the 9th, scored 2 to tie it. 10th, I think nothing happened. 11th, I think I went up 3. Bottom of the 11th, I blew that lead. I think in the 12th, I scored another 3. And then finally won by 1, like 9-8. It was kind of ridiculous.
That's solid.
So I had to put the whole thing up on youtube.com/thatsportsgamer if you want to go check it out. The last like 20 minutes is I don't know how I survived. I thought I was going to have heart attacks. I thought I was going to throw a controller through my screen, drop kick my PlayStation. But it was quite stressful. Millennium, how is NBA Playgrounds?
NBA Playgrounds is very good. I packed Russell Westbrook, the legend version, tonight. I was very happy about that. So I'm running a Russell Westbrook, some combination of Russell Westbrook, Oscar Robertson, and Walt Frazier, and Dikembe Mutombo.
Nice.
Not in that order, but somewhere like that. And you can level your players up. So I'm leveling players up. I'm getting trophies offline, just preparing for tomorrow when everybody else gets on, and I own the hell out of them.
Mm-hmm. So it goes live tomorrow?
Yeah, it goes live. It comes out tomorrow, $20 on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and the big one,
Vita?
It's coming out on the Switch.
Vita?
I was there for
crazy.
I was there for Vita.
Crazy as it sounds. I mean, it would be a good Vita game, but I mean, Switch is now becoming the handheld console for the most part. Yeah. It's coming out on Switch, so those of you that are, this is pretty much, I think, the first actual sports game coming out on Switch. So
and it I mean, not to turn this into Playgrounds banter, but it's almost like the perfect sports game to be the first one on the Switch, really.
Agreed.
To be able to pull the Joy-Cons out and just play some simple. I'm assuming it's a simplistic controls kind of game, like that. It's not too.
I think it's just
crazy,
two buttons, right? Or...
Yeah, I haven't played it myself, but I assume it's compared to like NBA 2K, the controls are probably a little simpler to play. Something.
It is. Yeah. There is some depth to it. It is simple to an extent. Like it has NBA Jam to it, but there is definitely some depth to it.
Yeah, but it is something that could be easily played on the Joy-Cons. Is kind of what I'm getting at, and
correct.
Something that you could very easily jump into multiplayer. And anyway. Yeah. It definitely, I definitely agree that it's a perfect Switch game.
Yeah. The only problem is
playing. Oh, sorry, John.
The only problem with the Switch launch, I believe, no multiplayer for a little bit.
Correct. It is single player only.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm also playing franchise mode. I have 3 franchises going right now. I have the Brewers franchise for stream. I have an Orioles franchise, and I have a Kansas City Royals franchise, all going at the same time. The Brewers franchise started the second season. We've drafted a 94 potential 70 overall catcher in the first round. That's on stream.
Nice.
Thank you to the stream members who helped me pick that guy. We had a very good draft. I mean, we had a great draft. It was like 94 potential catcher, 86 potential starting pitcher, 83 potential infielder. Like there was a bunch of good guys. I did what I normally do with my Orioles franchise. I simmed most of the first year with the draft, and I'm starting the second year. I've got Sonny Gray in the rotation now. Got rid of Tillman, so not bad. Yeah, got some pieces. I have noticed franchise this year is a little tougher to manage your money. I was very close on money on my budget, a lot faster than I was in years past. So I like that. I enjoy that. It brings the challenge to franchise mode. So
yeah, makes it easier when you get to like 18 and 19, and some of those real big guys become free agents, and you actually have to like have a plan in place. Like if you want to go after, a Machado or someone, you kind of have to. You can't just go and get them. You have to kind of plan around it a little bit. I have noticed that as well in the franchises, is that you have to be a little more cautious with where you spend your money and buying out guys and taking on salary and things of that nature.
Well, one of the things that I did in the Orioles franchise, speaking of Machado, he had an arbitration year, but he wasn't playing as well as expected. And I noticed, because he still expects to get paid, even though it's an arbitration year. Normal guys in real life, too, if they're 90 rated overall, they don't want to get arbitration money. They want to get paid. So I put him on a 7-year deal worth $25 million a year. And instead of having to pay $30 million a year when he hit free agency and take the chance of losing him, I actually locked him up for 7 years, bought out his last arbitration year. And I'm very happy to say that Machado will be a Oriole until he is 32, 33.
Nice. Good job. Nice work.
Snaggle, how's your who's yours one with?
I have the community franchise that I do with the Blue Jays. That's going pretty poorly. We've had some unfortunate starting rotation injuries, and the fact that everyone submitted all power, no contact guys has made our lineup very, very bad. I think we have guys that have like 20 home runs and like 31 RBIs. Like it's that's
so you've
kind of how things are.
So you've turned the Blue Jays into the Mets.
I've turned the Blue Jays into the Blue Jays, and like it's pretty much where they're at. Our bullpens are bad. I'm actually going to be starting up. I'm going to do a Blue Jays rebuild franchise. I think probably just offline, like on my own accord. Just kind of go in and sim kind of to the draft and start getting rid of Donaldson and, exactly what the team should do in real life. And I'm playing a Reds one that I stream as well that is going all right.
Nice. So let's dive into some of the stuff. We got a bunch of topics tonight. No real big topic. I guess the big one is our thoughts on how we're going to change extra innings in real life. But a lot of stuff happened in the last week that we want to touch upon. First thing being the roster update that just came out. Make sure you guys head over to daddyleagues.com and you can check out all the moves there. A bunch of new cards came out this week. A 94 Chase Headley, 91 Jack McDowell, 91 Jason Vargas, 91 Ryan Zimmerman, 90 Risk Gossage, a whole bunch of others. Ooh, there's an 89 Ian Kennedy. That's probably pretty nice.
All the award winners too?
Yeah, So I was going to say, I think the big new releases are probably the players of the month or the monthly award set as their, I don't know, I call them players of the month. I feel like that's a better name, but I think that's where kind of the buzz has been with the 6 guys and then the Eric Thames being the reward for that set.
Yeah, I don't know why the Eric Thames isn't
in the he'd be 94, so he should be right at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Is it because he's the mission reward possibly?
Maybe
he's
because he wasn't
in the regular thing though.
Maybe he also wasn't discovered at the time that they released the roster update, because I don't imagine anybody had him right away.
Maybe, but he should be. I don't know how the thing works.
I guess my big question is I know how I feel. How do you guys feel about the whole monthly award thing? Do you feel like they were like acceptable cards? Do you feel like it's a good idea?
I'm okay with it. Oh yeah, you go,
No,
TJ. You. Well, I'll go first, just because I know you have a much stronger opinion than I do.
And I know you just don't have much to say on it because you've been out of the Diamond Dynasty loop.
Yeah, I will say this, and I saw the point you brought up about Madden, and it's something you and I have talked about before with Madden Ultimate Team, and NBA My Team for that matter. Even though you don't play much of that like I do, I'm okay with it for now. I will not be okay with it if it continues. I have the infamous Aaron Rodgers screenshot is the one that scares me.
Actually, I feel like Madden wasn't that bad this year.
No, it really wasn't.
I think there was only 8 or 9 Aaron Rodgerses. I think last year there was like 14 Tom Brady's.
But now let's think about this for 1 second. Madden Ultimate Team is years in front of Diamond Dynasty right now.
Mm-hmm.
When Madden Ultimate Team was first starting, you didn't have all these cards either.
Right.
No. This is where it starts. Again, I hope they're smarter than this. I did hear you guys on the Press Row podcast where you guys talked about this, where, I mean, one of the things Paul even mentioned is, they would be remiss. They'd be crazy to put all those cards in there. But I'll tell you what, if it causes people to buy packs, guess what? Those cards are coming.
Yeah.
So
I mean those packs sold out in under 6 hours at 20K.
Well, and the other thing you got to be careful of is, so in Madden you have to buy packs to get those cards.
Yeah.
Yep.
In Diamond Dynasty, buy stubs and get them.
Yeah. You can
so
there's
a very direct way of getting money out of that. So
yeah,
I mean, if they were to start doing this thing where, all right, so award winners, yes, there's a Thames to the 94. But now, what happens if the award winners for
we're back.
All right, Millennium. I don't know if you remember the last thing you said before I said, "Hey, we're broken."
Okay, so the last thing, what all I'm saying is, what worries me about the way that these cards go, is that you have to be very careful. If there's 6 Eric Thames and 7 Jason Vargases by the end of the year. Not saying there will be, but if there are, then that's what I worry about, because then it takes, like, if there's 6 themes and one of them's a 94, and then a 95, then a 96, then a 97. I don't think they'll do that, but I didn't think Madden would do it either, and when Madden was first starting. So
yeah, and even in the blog post that came out with this stuff, they had mentioned stuff like Bryce Harper and Freddie Freeman obviously deserved them, but they didn't want to give guys that already had super high cards other super high cards. So
then what's the point, right? Like I'm okay. Listen, it's the first month. We all definitely have reservations, being people who have spent varying degrees of time in MUT. We all have reservations about this and where it's going to go. And it's like I said, I saw people, several people tweeting out what they speculated the Thames card was going to be overall wise, because we all kind of thought it was going to be him. It made the most sense to have it be him. And I saw people saying that he was going to be 97, 98, and I'm like, nope. He's going to be 93 or 94 because they need to have room to bump him up.
Yep.
What if he makes the All-Star game and he needs an All-Star card? You can't go right to 97. You just can't. I think the one thing that is good is if you're still using the football baseball comparison, I feel like you have a greater turnover from month to month in baseball that you do in football. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like the chances of Eric Thames being the player of the month for May are probably pretty slim. And, even if he does have a very good month, I feel like they'll be able to go 10 different ways and find someone that was, pretty much just as good. Like, I would be surprised if we saw repeats in any of these monthly award sets.
Yeah.
My biggest concern, and the reason why I put out a video about it today, was I feel like most of these cards are trash, to be honest, for the prices people are paying for that. If you're not going for the Eric Thames, like, you can literally avoid half of the cards in this set. Yeah. They're just not worth. The Aaron Judge is not worth $70K. He's just not. He has 38 vision.
Yeah, I would say arguably the live series Giancarlo Stanton is the same card.
Yeah.
Slightly better in a couple of things.
Yeah.
But other than that, they're pretty much the same.
The Zimmerman was going for like $70K. Like, he can only play first base, like, you're going to be able to get the Freeman for 40 and do something else. The only cards out of that set that I really liked was, I feel like the Vargas is a pretty good card. Mm-hmm. He's got really good control, good pitch mix. And, getting a diamond for around 19, 20K is not bad. I really like the Chris Owings. I was able to nab him for like 3,500 stubs, qualifies at a bunch of positions. Mm-hmm. I definitely wouldn't play him at shortstop or at third base because his arm strength is like 66, I believe.
He was the one I pulled in my 20,000 stub pack, was a hot Chris Owings.
Yeah, I was able to get lucky and I pulled the Vargas. I was hoping to get a Zimmerman or a Judge so I could sell them and immediately make 50K worth of profit. Mm-hmm. And I really like the Mike Leake as well. That Mike Leake is low-key a really solid card. Again, kind of like the Vargas, very good control, solid pitch mix. I like the Mike Leake. He's got a real nice velocity break mix. The only downside to him is that he doesn't have real high K per 9, so if you're in a situation you need a big K, you're kind of behind the 8 ball a little bit. But yeah, other than that, the Zimmerman and the Judge and the Haniger that you have to get from the ticket counter, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're just hard passes. And I mean, even the Eric Thames, if you want to spend, anywhere from 150 to 200K, depending on what you pulled in your pack, to get an Eric Thames who is a horrendous defender, he qualifies in the corner outfields, but if you put him there, you're asking for so much trouble. I just feel like it's not a good investment unless you have like OCD completionism.
I will say the one thing about the Vargas and I bought the pack because I was bored and had 20,000 stubs, and I got the Vargas.
Yeah.
I've wanted since day one to be able to have a control finesse pitcher that succeeds in this game. If that Vargas can't, no one can.
Yeah.
If you can't pitch with the Vargas, I just don't think you will be able, because he's got the perfect mix. He's got a circle change. He's got a two seam. He's got a knuckle curve. I mean,
he's a lot like the flashback Cliff Lee that came out last year.
Yeah, exactly. And he's low velo. He has a slider. And like, I mean, it's just like I said, if you cannot finesse pitch with him, you will not be able to finesse pitch.
Yeah.
So you should concentrate more on velo.
Give it up. Yeah. I've been singing the Doug Drabek praises, the 92 Doug Drabek all season. Again, he can sometimes get up around 93, 94, but just very good movement. Like everything moves. And yeah, I feel like the Vargas is kind of like the Drabek, except he's left-handed and he's a few miles an hour slower. But yeah, I've really, really liked the Vargas card.
Can you do me a favor 1 second for me, Snaggle? Hold on, just for 1 second. Give me 1 second just to talk about something that's not the Vargas.
Yeah.
Let's go, Cavs! 4-0. Sorry.
I know. I see that. I was waiting for you to let go there a little bit. But yeah, again, like I just like from my perspective, where I have no interest in spending, upwards of $200K to complete that set. That was my biggest concern, is I just didn't feel like they were very good cards for a monthly award set. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, that's just my opinion. I've had plenty of people tweet at me today who watched my review and they completely disagreed with me and they thought that Thames is a god card. And I'm like, okay, well, you wait until he makes 3 errors for you and then you're going to hate him that you invested all that money in him and now you're stuck with a black hole at first base. But they might think he's a god card, but I mean, what happens in June? That's the thing.
Like, first base is notorious for having great hitters in this game.
Yeah.
What happens in a week when All-Star, it's Hardware, what is his name? Hardware Goldschmidt's out when there's 600-700 of those floating around.
That's a good point. I mean, do we know the ratings on that Goldschmidt yet?
I think they are out.
I'm going to tell you he's a better fielder than Thames. I can tell you that already. He's going to be faster than Thames.
That's not hard. Yeah, that's not hard. I mean, even beyond that, look at Freddie Freeman when he's got a good IE boost. The ratings are out on the Goldschmidt, by the way.
Okay. All right, so they are. So the thing I'll say about the Freeman is, even on the inside edge boost, he's probably not going to get too much of an inside edge boost against lefties. So he does still have that 76 contact where the Thames has a little better.
Yeah.
5-0.
I know. I'm watching it. Damn it. Let's go.
That's why I think that Goldschmidt's going to be real big, because he can hit righties and lefties, and his weak side is 80 contact versus righties and 90 power versus righties.
And I mean, he's got 88 fielding and he's at 68 speed. I mean, think about that. Like, for a first baseman, number one, he's got fielding. Number two, he has got clutch, which helps out a little bit. Do me a favor real quick, TJ. Can you go to his quirks real quick?
Sure.
You've got the game up, and I don't, unfortunately. None of the 90s. I'm behind. So
he's got hitting machine. He excels at getting base hits. Bomber excels at hitting home runs. Walker excels at drawing walks and check swinging. And pressure cooker performs better.
Okay, so he's got pressure cooker. Can you go to the Thames and see what quirks the Thames has?
Yes.
Sorry to make you bounce around like this.
Beard game on point.
Oh yeah, I mean, he has an awesome beard game. I think he has a very user-friendly swing stance. Yes. I think it's a smooth swing, so I think that helps out a lot.
Yeah, I haven't tried out the regular one, so I don't know about that. His quirks are hitting machine, bomber, and walker. No.
Okay, so right off the bat, you have a quirk that, since quirks are affecting online, by the way.
Aren't these quirks just the same thing?
Those aren't, but the pressure cooker one, I think, actually does affect when you guys are on base. So I
thought that was just tied to the clutch rating.
That's what I think it was, but I mean, if you listen to a couple of guys that have tested it more extensively than I have, they're saying they're seeing PCI differences. So, the Goldschmidt's almost exactly the same as that Thames, except he can field and he's faster. He's 15 points faster. He's got just about the same vision, same discipline, a little better clutch. I mean, I don't understand why the Thames, which is like you said, going for 150 to 200,000 stubs, is that much better than the Goldschmidt.
Yeah. It's not really. I mean,
But there's going to be a lot of people that can't get that Goldschmidt.
I agreed. But there's in what is it, to the 9th, in about a week, there's gonna be a whole lot of, there's gonna be about at least 200 to 250 of them on the market, which is gonna be more than the Thames.
No. The Thames you can't even sell too, which is another reason I probably wouldn't recommend going after them too hard.
I feel like from an SDS perspective, it had to be Thames. The hype in the community for Eric Thames the last month has been insane. You know, the fact that his card was not in the game and he started off so hot, the fact that he was left out of the first roster update for whatever legal reason, you know, I feel like the hype was there. And then for them all of a sudden to be like, hey, here's a 94 Eric Thames. I've seen people like flipping their lid and people go freaking out on stream. And I'm like, are you guys looking at the same card I'm looking at? And I'm just like, I don't get it, but you know, I've seen a lot of people who have gotten them. I've seen a lot of people who have enjoyed them. I personally think it's a very, very, very bad investment. Even if you pull the Zimmerman or the Aaron Judge, which are the most expensive cards, you're still like 110K short, and you have to spend 100 or 1,400 tickets, and you have to be silver 50. Like,
someone mentioned in the chat that there's people that just have everything, but they can't get the card because they don't have the level for the guy in the tickets truly.
Yeah, and I mean, again, that Haniger, I feel, is a giant waste of tickets, but not having a super strong reference on where the ticket prices are going to go. But
again, the thing is, they want you spending tickets so that when the higher guys come out, you have spent some more limited.
Yeah. Like I said, for me personally, the monthly award set was not for me. I got the few cards that I liked. I got the Mike Leake. I got the Owings. I pulled the Vargas. I'm happy. I've moved on to other things.
I mean, Haniger.
Yeah, he's all right. If you want a bench bat against righties, you get acceptable defense and acceptable speed. Yeah, if you're that hurting for a bench bat, I mean, there's better bench bats for, you know, 600-700 stubs on the market.
Yeah, I was going to say even the Corey Dickerson for 600 tickets is a better option.
Yeah,
the problem is the Mitch Haniger. If you're a silver 50 by now, you've got better bench bats.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I'm not silver 50, and I've got better bench bats than that.
Exactly. So
I've got guys like Marte and you know, guys like Marte and JD Martinez, and like it's just silly.
So yeah,
I guess our recommendation is to pass. I do not know if the release of these cards is. I just don't know if it's strategically done well right now.
Yeah.
But interested to see what next month brings.
Yeah.
See how this changes.
I feel like if I was like doing a quick autopsy on this, I mean, not that this program is dead, but just a quick look back, I'm thinking like maybe 3 cards, maybe like, you know, like even if it was just the Zimmerman, the Vargas, and the Thames, I think that would be better. I feel like these gold cards, again, while I do like the Owings and while I like the Mike Leake, I mean, I feel like they're unnecessary in the grand scheme of things. They're just a way for people to spend their money.
I will say I'm glad they're players that are not big time players.
Yeah,
Like Vargas. How many cards is Jason Vargas really going to get?
Yeah. Probably never another one.
Right. So.
Yeah, and for people that are Brewers fans or Royals fans.
Yeah.
Now they have a diamond they can play with.
Exactly.
So that's cool.
True.
I'm happy for that. Just the cost right now is too high. And again, but like you said, Snaggle, if it was just Zimmerman and Vargas, those cards would even be more expensive.
True.
And throwing it off. Though I guess you'd only have one in a pack.
Yeah.
But maybe those packs would be more expensive, and then, you know, it's problems all the way down. But yeah, I'm with Millennium and you, I guess. I'm okay with it so far. As long as it stays Player of the Month, that's fine. As long as it doesn't start getting crazy, like Madden, where they do every week. Which, I mean, they could do every week, because MLB puts out They have their players of the
they
week
do.
every
No.
week. So I mean, we could. Again, I'm not saying that this is a problem now. I'm just fearful for down the road, because the thing that I really love about Diamond Dynasty, which sets it apart from all the other ones, is the ability to use the live series players and them getting their weekly roster updates and having the IE boost and everything, and the stuff that adds to the game. And this kind of this I don't want to say this takes away from it.
No.
But it's just, we've already seen a lot more flashbacks and a lot more legends and stuff this year, I feel like, than last year. So I want to keep the live series like the heartbeat of this and having reasons to play with those guys, because I feel like already I'm feeling less and less reason to use live series guys.
Yeah, and not to keep. I know we got a lot of stuff we want to talk about, but I feel like people like misunderstood your position in the immediate, because you were very critical of this with the whole Aaron Rodgers thing immediately, and I feel like people misinterpreted your position and kind of accused you of being like anti-content, which, I mean, if you go back and watch literally any of the last 10 bullpen banters since the Twitch stream started, you and I and Millennium have talked a million times about how we want more content, but we want it in a way that it makes that content, it makes you want it. It makes it valuable. It makes it useful. And you were just pointing out a potential trend down the road of where you have 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 of the same guy. Like, we're not sitting here saying we don't want new content. We don't want new cards. I just want new packs. And that's not it. But again, if they have to do it in a way that it doesn't just dwindle the cards that you actually want to use.
Right, yeah, because my biggest problem with Madden was I like Aaron Rodgers. Got an Aaron Rodgers card. Next week, there's a breast cancer awareness, Aaron Rodgers. 2 weeks later, there's a team of the week, Aaron Rodgers. 3 weeks after that, there's a... I forget what the other one was. But there was every time I got an Aaron Rodgers and I was happy, like 2 weeks later, it was like, all right, well, there's another Aaron Rodgers, so you should probably do something to go get that other Aaron Rodgers card.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that idea of chasing cards like that. And again, love all the content, keep bringing out content. But again, this was something that I mentioned in, I guess it was the Diamond Dynasty stream prior to the season, where they said that, we're not going to have legends. You're not going to have like 2 legends anymore. Now they have the ability to give you a legend if they make the All-Star team, or a legend if they win an award or something. So I looked at Ken Griffey Jr. and theoretically, I assume they would never do this, but if they wanted to, they could make 15 Ken Griffey Jr. cards and be justified by the way they've now broken out legends, rather than just having 1 on each team, or just for the big season and stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I hope they keep it small and not get crazy.
Yes.
We gotta see how it goes.
I hope we're sitting here in 4 weeks and we're saying, okay, they've done a good thing here, and we've gotten some good, useful cards. Again, I don't hate the program. It was not for me. There were a few cards I was interested in, but I wasn't going to go, wild and crazy to get some cards that literally, even at the early May, I already have players on my team that are better.
Yeah, I think this is just a classic case of, new cards come out, but look at them a little bit deeper than, just seeing oh, hot new card, got to get this new card. Look a little deeper, because you see the Judge, and then you compare it to Stanton, and it's you know what, that Stanton for 40,000 stubs less might be just as good, if not maybe better a little bit. Like the Zimmerman, really nice card, stuck at first base, lots of other first basemen there, and when the Goldschmidt finally drops from Seasons, that Zimmerman and that Thames probably won't be seeing the field as much. But yeah, I like it. Let's just keep it going and not get crazy with it,
Man, wild things happen in the chat.
Yeah, I just let Millennium run the show.
Hey, I'm just letting him run the show. All right, what's next?
Next up, we didn't really talk about the roster update, which we can hit on that real quick.
Yep.
As long as XSplit doesn't freeze again. Daniel Murphy went from 88 to a 92. Dallas Keuchel went up from an 87 to an 88. The big move was Jose Ramirez jumps from an 82 to an 84. From 82 to an 86, making him gold.
Yeah, that was big.
I think he's 90 contact versus righties.
He's a nice card. He's a really nice card.
Can I see this? Yeah. He went from 79 contact versus righties to 90, but he did take a 4-point hit against lefties. Also gained a little more power against righties, about 13 points.
Yeah, I like the Ramirez. I feel like he's a nice card. I know a lot of people had stockpiled him in advance, thinking he had the potential to go gold, and looks like it paid off for them. I think he's going for just over 1,000 stubs right now.
Yep.
So
you probably get 13 if you try to sell him.
Yep. Again, he's a pretty good card. Has lots of qualifying positions if you're looking for a utility player.
Miguel Sano also went from silver to gold. He went from an 81 to an 84. That Sano card is kind of a beast. He saved my butt last night in that game where I almost lost my mind.
Especially if you can get past his vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, his vision is still the big
and his terrible fielding.
Yeah.
I know there were some big guys that took hits too. I know Encarnacion and I can look at it on the screen, I suppose.
Yeah,
Encarnacion,
Encarnacion,
LeMahieu all fell out of gold.
Yep.
Yeah. The O was a big one. He's been my primary closer since literally the first day of the season.
Yeah, but all it means now is that his IE boost is only going to take him to 89 instead of 91.
Yeah.
So
pretty much. He's still been very good.
Yeah. And then the guys that got their cards, Ryan Zimmerman got a +5 increase. Judge got a +5 increase. Leak went up 3. Chris Owings went up 7 from a 71 to a 78. I mean, he's still not going for that much, and he might go silver. So, I mean, you could make, if you buy him at 30, sell him, and then he's quick sell at 100. Or what's silver? Silver's 100, right?
Quick sell,
yes.
Yeah, so you can actually be making 70 stubs a shot.
Yeah.
I think I saw somebody with the Jose Ramirez. They had like 130 of them, and they bought them all from like 200 stubs. So I mean, that's a huge profit. Just quick selling them. If you just quick sold them all, that's 130,000. You're making 800 plus. You're making 800 per one. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think Weasel on the This Week in MLB The Show, I think he had like 70 of them.
Yeah.
So I think he ended up like 90,000 stubs up. Yeah. He bought someone and then just reinvested the rest. So. I have my way too many Brad Brocks, hoping for that jump to gold.
He's up. He's up in the 400s. I seen earlier today.
That just means I can't buy more.
Well, that's because Britain. They're expecting him to start do that.
Rip Britain.
Yeah. Next up, Doug Drabek Program. So this is one of those ones where it's like, hey, we already have a high rated card of a guy. Let's put out another one. So is it what's the rating on this new?
86, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. You're not gonna catch me doing. I mean, I'll put if I happen to have some guys in the lineup. Like I was grinding a CPU game earlier, so I pulled one of the breakout pitchers. Oh. I know one of the missions is throw a complete game with 11 Ks and pick up the win. I was able to do that and got a program pack out of it.
Apparently, I did that.
There you go.
Sweet.
But again, where I already have the 92 Doug Drabek, the chances that I want this 86. Other than, again, we've talked about this a few times. If you're going after the Diamond Ken Griffey, you have to do this program.
Yep.
It's a mandatory. It's a requirement. So you're going to end up with a card you're not going to use. But if you want that 99 Ken Griffey at some point, guess what? You're going to have to get yourself an 86 breakout Doug Drabek.
Wait, no,
and work a little bit to get him.
You sure about that?
Is it not in? Oh no,
it's
sorry.
The
Dynasty program. That's right. Never mind. I get those two confused, and I don't understand how.
I don't.
Stupidity, I guess.
What is the
Canadian?
Is there something you get when you finish the Dynasty program?
Well, there's a bunch of there's 99 all throughout it. There, if you go look at it on the program page, I think you can see it. There's 99s like all scattered through. I think there's a 50%. I think is Cal Ripken.
30% is Vita Blue. 50% is Cal Ripken. 60% is Bob Feller.
I think there's a Jackie in there.
Miggy, Jackie, and 100% is question mark.
Yeah.
A-Rod, right? We all know it's going to be A-Rod?
Probably. But yeah, so there's some 99s out there. But again, the Dynasty program, I think it's one of those things that, one of the major requirements of it is going to be doing these different programs, and obviously they're going to release them at periodical interval. I mean, I still haven't done the Archer program for.
Yeah, I think all I have left in the Chipper program is like the steals with third baseman.
Yeah, I got to do that. The only thing I have left in the Archer program is I have to get 7 Ks with a rookie in a seasons game, which I haven't done yet. Yeah. I haven't been able to pull. I've had Marichal in there, but he never gets his name called in a seasons game.
So the things in here are 15 wins with breakout starting pitchers in seasons, battle royal, or event games, 3 saves and 3 holds with Pittsburgh Pirates in Conquest, 75 strikeouts with breakout series pitchers during ranked season games, collect 15 breakout players, like you said, pitch a complete game, get the win, and tally at least 11 Ks with a breakout starting pitcher versus CPU, and collect 25 Pittsburgh Pirates items. So, that doesn't seem too hard. That should be all right. You know what happened? I know how I got it. I was going against the Rangers, and I got that Pirates Oliver Perez breakout.
Yes.
It was that.
Nice work.
Through like a
great job.
I'm so pissed.
Great job.
Okay, so that's that. Ticket counter. They added some more stuff to the ticket counter, some more levels, I guess. Now there's like 15? I could be wrong about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, we have our first, there's a first gold in there. I know that.
12. Yeah, 12 levels now.
Yeah, first gold in the ticket. Oh, you mean first gold level? I was like,
first gold level.
Yeah.
Sorry, first gold level. Player.
Mill, go get this Brooks Robinson.
Yeah, 78 contact versus lefties. There for. He's like what, like 10 tickets or something?
100 tickets, 72 overall rookie.
It's too much.
But yeah,
that Bob Feller's still in there.
So you can get this 93 Oral Hershiser now, if you're gold level 0, for 2,300 tickets.
Interesting.
So it's an alright card. I got no problems with this. But you know what the problem is?
What?
Home runs per 9 carrying that overall.
Yeah, I've seen people. I watched somebody stream using the Oral Hershiser the other day.
Probably.
No, it was Vargo. He had him, and he seemed to be quite well. Again, it's hard to gauge when you're watching someone else use them and pitching a little differently, and maybe definitely a higher skill level than I am. But he looked like a nice card. Again, as we talked about on the Press Row podcast, it's hard to say whether the 2,400 tickets is worth it because we don't know what those top level rewards are going to cost. Again, I keep saying the 99s last year were 5,500 tickets, and there are people who have so far well beyond that already that you have to think that they have to bump these prices up at some point. But I mean, the Hershiser looks nice. There are some nice ticket counter items. I picked up that Dale Murphy.
Same here.
He can crush lefties. He's got a bit of speed. He's pretty good defensively.
Yeah, I actually, again, in that game I played last night, which almost killed me, and I had to expend my whole bench. 2 ticket counter guys that I use are this Dale Murphy as my backup catcher and Jared Saltalamacchia as my starting catcher. Salty can crush righties. This guy can crush lefties.
Yep.
And I think the guy started CC Sabathia, and I was like, let me leave Salty in just in case, maybe I get a little lucky flare somewhere over here or there. But I think the second or third at bat, I ended up taking out, or third or fourth at bat, I ended up taking out Salty for Dale Murphy, and he might have gone like 3 for 3 with like rips because I think he ended up facing CC, Diekman, and some other lefty. I don't know why he put lefty's face Dale Murphy 3 times, and that 95 contact literally destroyed the guy. Also 92 arm strength behind the plate. That's nice to have.
It is, yeah. He plays.
Yeah, he's.
I feel like
nice piece.
The ticket counters had some good items. I've had some really good success with that Marichal they introduced a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I've enjoyed using them. Feel like it was a good investment at the time. Obviously, again, they've been adding more breakouts to the ticket counter. A lot of people who are grinding the Eddie Matthews. I believe you need 50 breakouts to complete that mission, or for one stage of that mission. So I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, I saw somebody say that with Friday's update, there is actually 50 breakout players available in the game now.
Yeah, I think in total it's like 65, but I think like 15 or 20 of them are kind of hard to get. But now with all the stuff in here, it's a lot easier to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Corey Dickerson, 92 contact versus righties, 86 power versus righties. Not that great in the fielding, but if you're using him off the bench, that's pretty good.
Millennium, have you gotten anything off the ticket store? I think you said you got one card, didn't you?
Someone got Bob. One of you guys got Bob Feller, right? Or...
Yeah,
I got the Bob Feller. Yeah, I got the Bob Feller.
Yeah. I think you've been singing his praises, have you not? I didn't really see the appeal of him, but
his velo combined with his pitch mix. He doesn't have a changeup, but the rest of his pitch mix is really good.
I saw his walks per 9 being 23, and I was like, oh god. I just, being new to the whole analog pitching thing, I didn't want to risk it. But I know I've seen Millennium say good things about him. I've seen other people say good things about him as well.
I'm trying to think if I've picked up anybody else off the ticket counter. I think that's really been it. I don't know if any of them else are pretty good. I accidentally got Robbie Ray. Is that a guy?
Yeah. Robbie Ross. Robbie Ross is on there.
Nah, who's the guy from the Diamondbacks? Who's also
Robbie Ray.
I got the Robbie Ray accidentally one day. I was just clicking and I was like, oh, how does this actually work? And then
it's a breakout from last year or 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. He's all right. I think I used him once. Nothing to write home about.
All
right. There's that. I assume neither of you attempted to stay up last night and watch this Yankees-Cubs game?
I saw the whole thing.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was up for the whole thing. I saw it all the way to the 18th inning, yep.
Congratulations. I think I streamed till midnight, and I think I fell asleep I streamed till maybe like 12:30. Then I went out into the living room at like 1, watched a little bit more, and I fell asleep, I think, between the 16th and the 17th.
I think I was tweeting till the 16th and then finally said, screw it, I set my phone down because I was going to go to sleep. Mm-hmm. But I stayed up for it, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, I think one of the last tweets I saw was yours saying that you want the Cubs to win so that the Orioles can be in first place for a day or something like that.
Yes, I did see that. That was the most I saw about that game. I didn't watch any of it.
Yeah, so with that has brought the onslaught of articles and whatnot about how to change extra innings. So I figured, hey, why don't we jump on board with that? I'll let you guys go. I'll let you guys go first. I have an idea that I think works, but I don't know how I feel about it. We've seen the World Baseball Classic do sticking runners on first and second. Japan does 12 innings and it's a tie, I believe.
No ties.
But which one of you guys would like to go first?
I'll go first. You
Go ahead.
ready?
Yeah.
Real easy. It's real easy. You ready? You don't change anything.
Excellent.
Nothing changes. Like, why would you change anything about extra innings? There's no. You don't have to put somebody on second base. You don't have to. You don't have to make the pitcher throw the ball out of his left hand instead of his right hand. You don't have to make him like.
That's when you get a Yu Darvish, because I don't know if you saw that video that went up. Yu Darvish is nasty with his left hand.
Yeah, he gets away with his left hand. I saw that. Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to do any of that. Like, what are you changing? Like, how often is there an 18-inning game in Major League Baseball? There's. Why? Like, you change hockey changed. I'll give hockey the change. The hockey change was better because it makes it more interesting. And hockey is a contact sport, whereas baseball is not. But there's no reason to change it. Yeah. And it's not a dumb conversation because you got to have these conversations to keep things, because you always want to have innovation on the tip of your tongue. You always want to be ready to do it in case you do need to.
I mean, and you want to speed up the games. You don't want people sitting at a ballpark for. Do I even want to know how long that game actually ended up lasting? Was it almost 6 hours? Probably.
Well, yeah. If you want to speed up the game, that's fine. You don't have to do it with extra innings.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna have to disagree with Millennium on one part. The shootout in hockey is terrible. I hate it.
No, I agree with that. I
can't stand a game being decided by a skills competition. No, I am firmly of the believer that Major League Baseball should remain the same. So I umpire up here in Canada, and all across baseball Canada, up until I think like the junior level, so like up until you're like 21, they have the something similar to the WBC rule. Anytime they go to extra innings, they put runners on first and second, and I think there might be one out in the inning or something. But again, you're talking kids. Like, these are leagues that have, regimented pitch counts and, like regimented rest periods between games. Like, they are trying to get the game over with for the sake of not having a kid throw 150 pitches. In Major League Baseball, you can plan for that. If it gets too busy and the game goes too long, then you got to send somebody down and call somebody up. So be it. That's why the system is there. Mm-hmm. It's, again, the frequency of these 18-inning games, while the thing is, people think they happen more frequently than they actually do, but the fact that they've had some high-profile ones in the last year or so, the 19-inning game where the Indians clinched the American League Central, that sticks out for a lot of people because it was a high-profile game. The Jays were in the playoff hunt. The Indians were on the verge of clinching the division. It went 19 innings. It doesn't happen as often. You had Sunday Night Baseball, Yankees, Cubs. It was a big game. Like, just change nothing. Just leave it. You can't all of a sudden. You imagine how you have games decided by who can get a sack bunt down first because you have runners on in extra innings. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, that's the one thing I do like that you mentioned with the runners on first and second. If they give it an out, I kind of like that because then it's actually kind of funny because they can just throw one pitch, roll a double play, and be out of the inning, which kind of against the whole point. But but yeah, my fix, which I love because it's my idea, is you leave the game the same. You don't touch anything with that. But the real problem with these games is that you've now depleted your bullpen for the next week. And you're really screwed up. And I know that they've already been kicking around the ideas of having like a 30-man eligible roster.
Yeah.
And just having only like 26 dressed for that game. Right? They're up to 26 now, right? I'm not losing my mind. Or is it still 25?
I think it's still 25.
Still 25, right?
I know they man roster unless it's a doubleheader, then you're allowed to have a 26.
Yeah, doubleheader. I know they've had discussions on when the CBA opens back up of going to 26-man roster all the time, but obviously the owners are strictly against that.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, the doubleheader one. Yeah, so what I think they should do is after something like this, then they should have some way to kind of help those teams from those games. So I was thinking maybe you have two of your players be inactive for the next, depending on how many innings you go. Like if you go from 10 to 12 innings, you can have two guys inactive for 2 days. So, like, essentially you just take your the pitcher that started that game that went into extra innings, and you take the guy that started the day before, make them inactive, because they're not going to play anyway. They're just taking up the roster spots because they're there. And then you'll call up two guys that are going to go into the bullpen or maybe get one of those spot starts. So if it goes for like that, give them the two extra spots for like 2 days or 3 days, depending on how many innings it goes, tie it down to that somehow. Like if it goes 12 innings, give them like 2 days to make it back up. If it goes 15 or 18 innings, give them like 4 or 5 days extra. Just so that you don't kill your guys with the arms, because that's always the thing, is protecting the pitcher's arms, because I feel like you really don't have to worry about the players that much. Or even actually it would be good if you want to call up another catcher just for that day to give, because I assume both catchers caught the whole game. I didn't actually watch. I know Castillo was still in like the 16th, so I assume he caught the whole game. And I think Sanchez. Did Sanchez catch the whole game, or did he pinch hit for someone later? I feel like he might have come in later or something. But yeah, doing something. I don't want to mess with the game. I don't want ties in. I already get confused enough when it's like these guys are a half game back. What the hell does that mean? Oh, they played a different number of games, and now they have a tie, so they're like a quarter of a game back. Forget that. Get that out of here. I don't want to deal with any of that. Just play it out like normal. No ghost runners on second. This isn't. This is swim club wiffle ball. Just play it out, and then give them something for the next couple of days, just so that they can not have so that they can actually have a bullpen for the next few days. So let them call up guys that really having a problem or anything. Even if they just give them like that 26-man spot they had from the from the rain delay for like 2 or 3 days just to clear up stuff. I think that helps everybody. Some other players come up and they get service time, make some more money. It's good for them. And I feel like nobody wants to lose out on the playoffs because they were a tie away. Like they tied and the other team had to win and they got screwed.
Right.
But yeah, that's my idea. Give them extra roster spots or something the days after. Next up, you know what we have 1 week left of, and that is ranked seasons. Millennium, I assume you've punted on ranked seasons.
I'm sorry, what?
You've punted on ranked seasons?
What is ranked seasons?
Jesus Christ.
I'm kidding. No, I played it. I think I got to like whatever the third level is early, like in the
You didn't
early
even get
April.
Liriano?
No, I've not. I didn't even get Liriano. No interest. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah,
and
no,
I'll
I know.
say I'm sorry the whole time. I have zero interest in Diamond Dynasty right now, and it's a combination of the fact that I just don't like the way the game is right now. There's been the server issues have worn on me too. Like I know I'm at regular season. I'm at like there you go. I'm looking at it right now. I'm at regular season, and I can tell you that I'm at regular season because I played. I think I'm like 3 or 4-0, and that's it. And I have no interest. Like what is there to do really? Like server issues have problems. Battle Royale, like that's fun for a little bit. Events fun for a little bit, but the game plays too differently for me online.
Exactly. So give up offline. Look, the whole chat agrees. One in the chat if you think Millennium should give up offline playing.
It's never going to happen.
No,
never going to happen.
You know what? And the sad one, TJ typing all the ones. The sad reality, and this is gonna be the swinger here. I have significantly scaled back the amount I'm playing online because I also am enjoying the game offline much more than I am enjoying it online. My thing was, you know what? I was 14-0 in ranked seasons. I was up to 640 something. Bottom of the ninth of a game, and I had 4 consecutive morphing pitches that caused me to strike out looking and lose the game.
Those are the best.
I lost my second loss on a top of the second, lost connection in a nothing game, and I took the L, and that was when I quit. That was when I gave it up, which is a week ago today. I still have not played another seasons game. I will not play another seasons game because what's the point? I still need probably 12 to 15 more wins, which, for me, someone of my caliber, I'm in the 600 range, and that's probably where I deserve to be. I'm probably not a World Series player. I probably will never be a World Series player. So I'm going to have to probably play 20 games to win 12 if I get lucky. And to be 100% honest, that is, 17, 18 hours I'm just not willing to put into the servers right now. It's not worth it. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my grind. Because you know what? I can play 17 games of my franchise and get through 5 months of my season, and I know I'm not going to lose games due to connection issues, and I know I'm not going to waste time, with poor matchups and things of that nature, and I'm just going to enjoy the game. And that's kind of what I've gotten back to, is just enjoying the game. It's a great game. Unfortunately, I can't put in that time online right now. I just can't do it.
Hey man, teach their own. I'm just telling you, there could be a 94 Eric Thames sitting in one of those reward packs for you. Who knows?
Actually, you can't pull the 94 Eric Thames, so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They never said you can't, did they? It could be in one of those reward packs for the for a level. They never said it wasn't. Just saying. Also, don't use Mets in your bullpen anymore. That's I'm against that now. Yeah, I'm actually really interested to see what are in these packs that that you can get at each level.
Yeah,
because they've been kind of quiet about that, and I'm very interested to see how that's gonna turn out.
And so even if I wanted, I don't even really feel like I want. Is the Goldschmidt sellable once you get him?
I believe so.
Yes.
I assume he is.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing is, I don't necessarily want the Goldschmidt for my team. I mean, obviously it would be nice to have him and be able to, be one of the
The few that crowd the many.
250. I assume it's going to be into the 300s by the time the weekend rolls around. Again,
what, sellable ones or?
Yeah, like people who are going to get to World Series.
I think we're already past that.
Oh, past 300?
Yeah, I think currently there's a lot.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, I don't like the season's idea to begin with because a lot of the top players have stopped playing. They get to World Series, and then what's the point?
Yeah, if they're not trying to get onto that other board, there's no reason for them to play.
Yeah, exactly. So instead, you're off playing BR and trying to get rewards, or you're finishing up Conquest, or whatever. Yeah, I just, you know what? I liked the idea of seasons. I had some fun with it. Server issues really just pushed me out of it. And yeah,
how long? Ready for this? Yeah. How long till the community starts yelling, "Oh, everyone got a free Goldschmidt because it's so easy to get the World Series"?
I think it's actually
already happening.
Yeah,
it's already happening.
Hey, guess what? If you're World Series and you quit playing, it's your fault that the Goldschmidt's getting to everybody. Just as a heads up.
Also true.
Yep. I agree with that 100%.
There are 73 pages. What did we say? 18
per page. So that's, wow.
1,341 or 14. Is that right?
That's ridiculous. Yeah, but 70, you're on Championship Series, by the way.
My bad.
Hey, I finally hit a home run with 92 Lucroy. Only took me 117
42 pages.
Faithful Nate says everyone complains in the MLB community. I mean, to be honest, it's not really. That's not true. I would say the MLB community is the best when it comes to complaining.
Yeah.
If you look at other sports gaming communities, there's a lot more complaining in other communities. That being said, it's you're online in the video game community, you're going to get complaining. It's just the way it is.
But you also got to factor in percentages. Because I feel like there's bigger percentage. Oh, I don't know. There's a lot more people playing Madden and FIFA that are complaining than MLB. But that's just because there's a lot more people playing Madden and FIFA.
Yeah, right. And the thing is that again, the people who are the few percentage who are complaining are people who have rather large follower bases. And again, like the thing is, what disgusts me right now, and I've pulled myself away from a lot of the MLB The Show stuff on Twitter because of a lot of it is just pure acid right now. Things that I get, we're not going to go down this road, but just things that people say in the direction of the MLB The Show accounts and Tips and Ramon that are not necessary. Things that people say about the game that are just flatly untrue. People fabricating cards to try and ruin the market. I mean, it's just like I feel like I don't want any part of it until things get better, because I feel like until things get better, the negative voices just keep growing and growing, and it's hard to be a positive spin on it when these things keep happening.
FSU, I would not say that, like, MLB complaints are real complaints. So are Madden. So are NBA 2K. NBA 2K has server issues.
Is the Swerve
Madden has,
Madden?
Yeah. Yes. There's a guy, hold on. Voltarax
I know.
is the master of the Swerve. He's in the Madden Championship this coming weekend. And when you watch the Madden Championship, Rex Dixon is in the chat, in Twitch chat, saying that he swears the Swerve will not be in because of Voltarax.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear about I don't want to hear about like that there's not legitimate complaints. There are legitimate complaints in every sports gaming community.
Yeah.
And K-Spot says most people are going to likely get the Goldie because you can drop out of World Series. Well, if you're in Championship Series, you can, when you're playing, you play the World Series guys some of the time. Mm-hmm. So like the guys that if you stopped playing and you were a World Series rated guy, if you got up that high and you stopped playing, you're defending the fort. Yeah. You're the ones, if you want your Paul Goldschmidt to be worth more, you should continue playing to keep those Championship Series guys out of that tier. That's what I meant by that.
Yeah. So right now there's 756 people roughly 756 people in World Series. And that doesn't include people that may have dropped out.
So the thing that annoys me about the Swerve thing while we're talking about games and their deficiencies, and this is in no way a knock on the people who were doing the presentation, who I love, and they're near and dear to my heart, but they made the Swerve sound like it was cool. Mm-hmm. Like I watched.
They
watched,
didn't make it sound. No, the commentators are commentating on it because they have to. Like
I know.
If you're commentating on something that even though someone's taking advantage of a gameplay mechanic, you have to commentate that the swerve is a gameplay strategy. It can be stopped.
Oh, absolutely.
There are defenses for it, but I mean, they're not making it cool by any way. If you watch that chat during the Madden Championship Series, Volterax is universally hated when he uses the swerve.
No, I don't. Okay, now I know better than to watch the chat.
I was saying that.
Well, I'm telling you. Listen, and the thing is, and I know because being a Scott Cole subscriber, I know that when he calls him Swervebot, he's doing it tongue in cheek and kind of a way to make fun of him. But for someone who's new to Madden, I watched several hours of Madden coverage yesterday. And to someone, if you were new to the competitive Madden scene, you were curious as to what the swerve was and how to do it, because they didn't make it sound like it was a terrible thing. Yes, they made a few jokes about it, but every time you heard that Volterax's name mentioned, they talked about the swerve.
Swerve's right there with it, yeah.
Yeah. So again, like from that perspective, it's not that they're accepting it, but again, when you compare it to MLB, like while the swerve may not be game breaking, it's still a very large issue that affects online play that they need to, figure out.
They talked about it like and the MLB community talked about bun cheese last year. It's the exact same
Exactly. Thing. There's not a damn thing they can do about it in the current iteration of the game. It is a quote-unquote viable strategy. Not that it is, but it was last year. Bunt cheesing absolutely was. And yeah, I agree with Rex. I'm sure the swerve will not be in Madden next year, but it'll be something else. And it'll always be something.
Right. But here's two things. The first thing is, again, they're not talking about it like it's cool. They're commentating on a strategy in Madden. Like the commentators, you said Scott Cole calling it the swerve bot.
Yeah.
When they're saying it, they're essentially saying that he's using this. And again, it is a stoppable strategy. It is also a mechanic that you have to be in the right area at the right time to do. I'm not saying it's cheese. It is absolutely cheese. And Windy City Mo, it's not a glitchy mess. I'm sorry. Madden is the best game. Madden is the best football game it's been in over a decade. And to think it's a glitchy mess is wrong. I'm sorry. I understand that there's a lot of hate in the Madden community. There's a lot of hate in the MLB community. Both games are as good as they've been in years, gameplay-wise.
Madden 06, though, still the best.
I'm saying Madden 06 was really good, but I mean, if you put Madden 06 up to Madden 17, it still doesn't hold a candle.
Yeah, I've had more fun with Madden this year than I have had in this generation of consoles by far, and probably the PS3 generation as well. And same thing with MLB The Show. I've gone on record many times saying that this version of MLB The Show on the field, gameplay-wise, is the best representation of baseball that has ever existed. And I will fight right to the grave and prove that that's fact. But yeah.
FSU, I know you and I want to have this. I know you and I are probably going to have this conversation again and again and again because you have this. I don't know what this motivation is to hate on a very specific thing and try to make it sound like you're being productive. NBA 2K still has server issues. Guess what? And it is the largest selling sports game going right now. I don't want to hear about the. I know it's having server issues, but the problem is that the way people talk about it. Do you want the MLB community to be like the NBA 2K community? That's fine, because you can. I can promise you, it's not going to be pretty. But but there are server issues in different games. Madden is the exception. Madden is the one game, and FIFA. Madden and FIFA are the one games that I know that have absolutely no server issues, and that's because they've been around so long that they've ironed out most of that stuff. And Madden does not get the credit for it in terms of its online franchise and its online servers.
Yeah. Sure. There have been times where I've quit the Press Row League because we literally couldn't play a game.
ScoMo's not an up-and-coming MLB YouTuber. He's a Madden YouTuber that's playing MLB. That's fine. You want to say that. ScoMo is not an up-and-coming MLB YouTuber. It is affecting content creators. I agree with that. But guess what? It affects NBA 2K content creators too. I can literally put NBA 2K in everywhere you put MLB, and it is the same conversation.
It's
I don't like people are acting like this is MLB specific. It's not. Yes, MLB has server issues. Yes, we're on an MLB show, but there are server issues in games. It happens.
Yeah, that comment right there, without getting extremely irritated, saying that it affects content creators, like who? Show me where people are hurting. I go on my YouTube and all I see are MLB The Show videos, MLB The Show videos, MLB The Show videos, BRs, ripping packs all day. I ain't seeing anybody getting affected by the content. People are still able to get their content. It's not that. In fact, I would say people are probably getting more views and more subscribers and more ad revenue bitching about the servers than they would from just making regular content. I mean, there's something to be said for that.
Speaking of saying something, head over to the Bullpen Banter Discord, where we just announced our new tournament. The link is in the Bullpen Banter Discord. This is going to be the SnaggleJ Special.
Yeah, baby.
You want to break down
for this one?
Do you want to break down the rules for us here?
Yes. So this is my child. This is my tournament. I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to win. That's all that really matters. So we're doing. It is going to be our roster restrictions, meaning you can have 2 diamonds, 2 golds, 7 silver, 8 bronze, 6 common. All teams must have 3 Toronto Blue Jays players. They can be any series Toronto Blue Jays. 1 must be a starting pitcher, 1 must be a reliever, and 1 must be a position player who is in your starting lineup for every game. We're playing 3-inning games, double elimination. And the last team standing wins it all. And what I didn't say is winner gets a $10 Amazon gift card, which is more than we've given out in any of the other tournaments. Just saying.
Well, crap.
Out of curiosity, when you play friends, does it keep your stamina? Like if you run out of stamina for one guy, does it carry over when you play friends?
I have no idea.
No idea.
I don't think so.
I haven't even noticed stamina being an issue in regular games.
Yeah.
I don't know if they tweak that or something, but I feel like guys aren't dead when you bring them in.
All right, so am I really gonna do it? I'm gonna do it. FSU 2K is a game that sells almost 4 times what MLB does, dude. I'm sorry, it's going on from October, still getting views. Will MLB in the same place 8 months from now? Guess what? Yes, it will. The people that are creating MLB content right now will be creating MLB content in 8 months. They were last year.
Yeah.
And guess what? Big surprise, guys. MLB sold more than it ever has in its creation. It is 2 times sales from last year. And its digital revenue is up over last year with server issues. Guess what, guys? No one cares. They're still putting money into the game. And by they, I mean you. You're still putting money into the game. It's still going to be successful. And when the servers are back up and running, you're all going to buy packs and you're all going to create content just like I am. We're all going to do it because we love the game. And when I do Madden, I still do Madden right now every Sunday. I still do MLB at least once or twice a week. I do NHL still, and NHL can be a mess and craziness, you know. We want, but yes, we all want a better thing, FSU. But you're like comparing 2K and MLB, trying to do it the same way I do, and I'm just proving you wrong. And now you're like, oh, now we both want the same thing, right? Dude, you do this every week. You come in here and try to poke the bear, and it works because I don't take crap.
So I think, obviously the Joey Bats and the Josh Donaldson would be the position players that you would use if you have them. I feel like 2 of those probably not the play.
No,
he's got the good
Joey Bats defense though. That Joey Bats defense is troubling.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm talking about the flashback.
I will not be discussing any strategies. I can tell you that I have no idea who I'm going to pick, but it's I might just might throw some common J's out there. You never know.
I think the low-key OP choices are Russell behind the plate,
Steve Pierce.
Yeah, Steve Pierce. He just got a bump to 78 or 80 81. Or something. He just got a bump. Yeah. Steve
Pierce is a monster.
Are you only looking? Do you only have? Oh no, you.
Not at all.
Oh yeah.
And he can play second base.
You're on the market screen, so you don't even have all the cards. None of the Steves are on there.
All
or
the
anything,
flashbacks
so
and stuff, yeah.
yeah.
I feel like Devin Travis. No, Kevin Pillar. I feel like Devin Pillar might have to play center field.
Yeah.
94
Stroman will probably be a popular choice, I would imagine.
The 87.
Just any Stroman. I'm okay. I like the live series Stroman as well. I have no issues. I have no issues with the live series Stroman.
Yeah, I think Osuna is definitely being my bullpen guy. Who else do they have? Do they have another bullpen guy that's good?
I feel like Osuna may be on the verge of a downgrade if he keeps pitching the way he has been. His control and stuff's been very good, but he's been getting hit around, and not hard, but he's been giving up singles and blowing again. He's only 4 for 7 in saves. He might be due. You might want to keep an eye on Osuna, and if you got him locked to your roster, it might be quick sell o'clock.
Yeah, I
gets that
wonder.
downgrade.
I mean, I feel like Osuna is probably the only reliever worth having on your squad,
Grilly.
unless you're just going to throw one out there. Well, you got Aaron Loop. He's a
Loop.
lefty with an IE boost.
Yeah,
Who'd have guessed?
What?
I know.
Actually, that was our. You know what? That was our one mailbag question from this week. We had one mailbag question in the Discord, by the way, and it was, "What players are good buys because their inside edge is always up?" Anybody who's not a lefty reliever.
What do we say?
Can I check and see? Yes, I can. K spots. One moment, please.
What was the question? Sorry.
You want to see who signed up for the tournament?
No.
People who, yes, you are. People who are good buys because they're typically high IE boost.
Freddie Freeman, absolute monster.
Yeah.
I feel like Joe Panic is usually on a good IE boost. I mean, he's kind of a beast for a bronze. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah. Any right-handed reliever?
Yeah, I feel like
Brad Brock, especially.
Brock, Iglesias, literally.
Darren O'Day is up almost every day.
I like Addison Reed.
Seunghwan Oh. I find D. Gordon seems to be up quite frequently as well.
He's been getting up to 88s a lot.
He's an 89 today, I think. Or 88 or 89 today. So he's getting up there quite a bit. There's a lot of guys. I mean, we could sit here and name 100 people all day. Yeah, Matt Carpenter, Hunter Strickland. Yeah, I know. Chris Sale's been downgraded his last 2 starts in a row. He's had
Your
over
boy
10
Brett
Ks.
Cecil.
Brett Cecil. He was down the other day, though. I was pretty disappointed.
I think. I don't want him on my team. I mean, if you're going to sell out. Here's one I like either way, actually. Carlos Gonzalez, depending on his IE boost.
Yeah.
Some days he gets IE boost both ways. When he's got the IE boost against righties, he becomes 98 contact, 99 power. When he's got the IE boost against lefties, he becomes a very even hitter. So he's kind of actually nice both ways.
Right.
So he might be worth checking out a little bit.
Cool.
Plus he's got a cannon. Decent vision.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's, again, we could sit here and go through positive IE trends all day. It's, you know what? It's,
and that's something that DaddyLeagues.com added for this season. When you go to a profile page, you can scroll down a little bit, and there's a spot for Inside Edge, and it'll show you their Inside Edge every day so far this year.
I think it only shows the last 14 days.
Where's the last 14?
Yeah, I think it might be limited.
Well, we can go look right now.
Yeah, I'm almost there. If it would work. I feel like it's limited to the last 14 days, it looks like.
Sure.
Oh, no, there seems to be maybe more than that.
23 to
1,
the
2,
18th.
3, 4.
Do that math. What's 23 to the 18th?
So it's like it's the last 2 weeks worth. I'm looking at Arenado. Arenado has 15 days worth. Man, 117 at bats without a home run for Lucroy, and I've got 2 home runs with him in this game.
Yeah, I'm up to 15 as well on this cargo. But as you can see from the cargo, he usually either has a plus 12 or plus 14 against righties, and plus 13 and plus 14s against lefties. So
yeah, Chris Coughlin is a popular guy. Again, you know, me personally, I'm like with gold and up players. I don't look at IE boost as much. I feel like a gold player is a gold player every day. Again, it's with the bronze. When you have a bronze guy who's playing like a mid to high silver, or you have a middle tier silver who's playing like a upper tier gold player, those are the guys that you definitely want to be targeting. And like TJ does, TJ uses the recommended roster button quite a bit. I think you use it almost every day. I've started using it as well. I hate it, so I'm going to stop using it, but because it just messes my lineup up way too much and puts D Gordon in all the time, which I can't stand. But again, like
D Gordon.
No, I can't. I need Brock Holtz. I need 3 more hits to finish the diamond mission.
Did they do anything to Adrian Beltre's batting stance? Because I never liked hitting with him, and I still don't like hitting with him. So
no, he's the same.
I'm afraid to use him.
He's super closed and right on top of the plate. Anything else? How are we doing?
I think that's it. I think that's all the topics that
sick
we had planned, right?
I think so. Go join the Discord and then join the tournament so I can whoop you.
Yep, you can do exclamation point BB Discord in here, or you can go to thatsportsgamer.com/BB Discord. I believe it is. It's either thatsportsgamer.com/BB Discord or just /Discord. Either of those will take you in there.
Somewhere. One of those several sites will get you to where you need to go.
Yep. Lenny, you doing any streams this week?
Yeah, I'll be doing a bunch of stuff. I'm going to stream tomorrow night. I have no idea. We'll probably play NBA Playgrounds tomorrow night. Continue our go at it. I have the Xbox One version. I may purchase the PS4 version just to play with a bunch of people. Because, hey, get this. All my friends play on PS4 now. And then I think Wednesday night, I'm considering during Game 7 streaming. But the gameplay will be terrible. The gameplay will be terrible because I'll be so focused on Game 7. So
just do an IRL where you're just sitting there with the stream just off camera.
Oh yeah. That'll go great. By the way. Oh, by the way, our newest emote is going to be in soon. Snaggle's going to be a big fan.
Already, I'm a big fan anyway.
We're gonna have a mill flare, but not the flare you think. So with a little woo after it. So. And I think Thursday we're off, but I think we're streaming all weekend again. Oh crap, I forgot. I got a 12-hour stream coming up Saturday.
Ooh, somebody cashed it in?
Yeah, somebody had 25,000 Revlo points and decided that it was a good idea to make me do a 12-hour stream. So starting Saturday at either 9 or 10 in the morning, we're doing a 10-hour or a 12-hour stream with the ability to add hours to the end of it, depending on some goals that are going to be set that I will not talk about right now. So
sweet, let's get in there and make it a 74-hour stream.
Please, God, no. I think you know what? Twitch is a rule. You cannot stream continuously for more than 48 hours. They will actually cut you off. I've looked into that. Just not that I'm ever going to do that. But
how about this? I'll give you my account. You can stream to my channel and just host it on Operation Sports. No, free 48.
No. So yeah, so that should be fun.
I have enough simoleons for an on-stream shout-out. Will you give me a shout-out if I use them?
Yes. Actually, it's a shout-out. It's not only a shout-out, because I shout out a ton of people. It's a shout-out and a timed host as well.
Ooh. As opposed to the auto-host list that I'm already on? I don't know.
Yeah, you may be on the auto, but where are you on the auto-host list?
Judging by how infrequent I get on there, probably pretty low.
It's actually randomized, so. They cut you off. 48 hours. They cut you off for, I think it's a couple hours. I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna save up for that 12-hour stream. Hopefully, I get it this week. I'm gonna start buying simoleons. Can I get them with real life currency?
I don't like to talk about that. But there are ways.
Do you have any packs? Can I get?
No, like
you rip millenniums.
Like we actually like rip millennium packs, right? No. I give simoleons for like bits and donations and stuff. I mean, but that's secondary. Like, there's no reason to do that.
Speaking of bits. You can do Cheer 100 right now if you really want. I think that works. Is that a thing? I don't even know how that whole thing works.
You click the little bit thing and then you click it, and no one donate more than 99 bits so that I can stay at the top of the chat forever.
No.
Oh my God.
Give me 104 bits.
The person who did the actual Revlo point cash in. Mm-hmm. Donated like $90, and I was like, oh my God, like $90 worth of bits. And I was like, just stop. I almost had to ban them from the chat.
That's pretty funny.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jason Hayward.
Good
flashbacks.
times.
Get it. It's good.
Nice, Walls. Walls got Strasburg from his 12-1 BR run.
Nice. I like it.
Tomorrow, I think I'm going to play some NBA Playgrounds. Try that out. Hitman Elusive Target. Guys, Hitman's so good.
I haven't seen you. Have you been streaming it at all? I haven't seen you pop up with the elusive targets lately. You're jipping me on the content here, TJ.
I did Elusive Target, the last one that was out, I believe.
Nah.
And I think I got killed pretty quick.
Oh, maybe that's it.
That's probably what happened. TP stream Wednesday, Thursday night, Throwdown on Thursday. We'll try to get to World Series at some point.
Yeah, guys. If anyone's in chat, by the way, that's something I don't think you advertise enough, because I know you don't like to advertise yourself, but I'll advertise it. Like, guys, if you want to play TJ on stream, it's one of the cooler things. Like, I know everyone likes to play streamers and stuff, but
I catch L's all the time.
Well, it's not just you challenge, but it's actually exciting. It's good, normally good games. So Thursday night, what is it, 10 or 9? I always forget.
10.
Thursday at 10. So Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern on this channel.
Thanks, Quirkster. Apparently, that's what the bit thing looks like on this thing. Thanks,
there
Quirkster.
you go.
10
So
bits,
yeah,
10
so
triangles.
the Thursday night throwdown, 10 o'clock Eastern on this channel. TJ plays viewers. If you're in the Bullpen Banter Discord, you can actually request to play TJ on those throwdown streams.
Just want to catch those dubs.
I'm laughing because Millennium said he doesn't like to pump his own tires, yet on the Press Row podcast 3 days ago, he got called out for always pumping his own tires.
Wait, what?
I've never pumped a tire ever.
Spore called him out for always branding and always pumping his own tires. Let me pull a TJ here for a minute and
I don't know what that's all
give
about.
myself a little shout out.
I've never given myself a shout out once.
I don't know what he's talking about. It was funny. I had to mute my microphone at that point because I was literally laughing out loud.
FSU figured out how to do it. 5 bits. That's more than a shave and a haircut. They're only 2. That's 2 shaves and haircuts I can get.
And a half.
Fire.
Hey, yeah, Thursday night throwdown. Maybe I'll free myself up. Maybe we'll have a extra life $10 rematch. Which if I'm not mistaken, I'm up 1-0.
You are.
We'll make it a thing. We'll make it a thing throughout the season for the kids, man. For the kids.
I mean, I felt like that would be a good idea to when I play the people on Thursdays, they should just donate to play. But I feel like that's a little bit too harsh.
That is a little bit too harsh.
But I think they should pay. Make them pay.
That's
For the kids.
I mean, exactly. I mean, I could walk you off with Kinzer like I did that other time.
I mean, you cheated, but it's okay.
What?
I mean, I heard that I heard you got bugs. You got glitches and stuff.
I leg switch. Yeah, I'm gonna get banned.
Oh yeah, if you cheer, don't forget.
Didn't you hear?
That cool thing.
Yeah, didn't you hear? I'm gonna get banned for leg switching.
You are a lag switcher. I mean, I don't know.
I'm definitely. Oh yeah, I got this Canadian leg switch game on point. I got this thing hooked up through my Gato, hooked up to this new computer. I'm leg and switching all over the place. I don't know what any of that means.
I think it's like a thing that does something.
No idea.
I need a good lefty hitter to come off my bench.
All right, well, hey, this has been a lot of fun, guys. Bullpen Banter. 3 episodes away from 50.
Jesus, are we?
Well, this is 47.
Wow, we're doing big things, guys. All right. Thank you guys for watching. You can follow us all on the Twitters at ThatSportsGamer, at MillenniumOS, at SnaggleJ. Twitches are the same, except for MillenniumOS, who's too cool, so he's twitch.tv/Operation Sports. Yeah, I recommend following us on the Twitter. That's a good place to find our links to all the stuff that we do. Thank you guys for watching. Now it's time for you to get out of the bullpen and get into the game. Thank you guys, and we'll see you again next week. Take it easy.